But yeah, all of them: Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, and you know, Arkham Asylum to all the way to Arkham Knight. I beat both Arkham Asylum, Arkham City for the PlayStation 3, but not for PlayStation 4. So I'll be replaying those 3 games on. And I didn't finish Arkham City, so I'll be playing three games on my channel. And I don't want to have it like Baka plays Arkham City or Baka plays Arkham Asylum. So I'm getting rid of playlists of games that I discontinued, like Destiny, the entire Destiny series. I'm stopping simply because Destiny 2 is a shit game. I'm sorry for you people that like that game, but it's just it's fun if you guys enjoy like just going around and killing things without thinking much about it. But like it's pretty much just it was. I felt like Destiny 1 was fun, and I liked it because the design of the game was cool. You know, it was nice, it was vibrant, and then there was like the soundtrack was good. It wasn't bad. And but it wasn't all. And you know, like the voice actors were alright. Like certain voice actors were like meh, and most of them were like really good. Like the main voice actors. But the problem I had with Resident Evil is that they dumbed it down a lot. And I actually subscribe to multiple YouTubers because of their reviews of Destiny 2.
No normal wolf would fight with such determination.
The breach may have driven them mad, or perhaps a demon took command of the pack.
Like, the way they are is basically just, ugh. Like, the way they reviewed it was so, you can tell, like, it's like, bruh, if they're, like, if you're getting paid, or, like, if you were sponsored before, like, Destiny or something like that, or if you're, like, they're PCing themselves for it. Like, there's, a guy called BB Dobbins on, YouTube, which, I like him because of how he understands, like, the whole Destiny, thing, like, they don't care about their fans. They're basically just a bunch of fucking assholes who care about money. Honestly, like when I played the Destiny beta, it was amazing. It's fun. I was like, yo, it's gonna be an amazing game. And then I believe I was in my freshman year of high school, so I didn't have any money to buy it myself. But when I eventually bought Destiny 1 on my, not a year later, but like a few months after they first originally came out, I was so stoked to play it, and I did play it. And then I was like, what happened to that first game I loved so much? Because that was, I think, around the time the expansion came out. So the first expansion came out is when I actually found out the game. And then I looked it up, and I found out that they got rid of like their lead. Like, well, yeah, the lead writer was gone, and basically that untangled every single thing. After that happened, everything went wrong with it. It became a money grab type of thing where it no longer had story. Its story that was planned out by the lead writer, it's amazing story, became whatever the other writers that they brought on and what the company wanted it to be. So they gave it like a half-assed, quote-unquote, main story.
These are simply bandits. Their armor and training suggest something deeper.
Was shit. Like, it was repetitive and boring. It was like, it didn't intrigue me at all. It was like, oh yeah, sure, kill this, kill that, whatever. What is this? Do we up there? Are we level 4? Why do we have level 8 shit already when I'm level 4? What the hell, man? I don't know. And then, like, all this other shit that it pissed me off. Like, I was like, come on, man. And I was like, at first I was like, you know, like, I guess it's not their fault because, you know, the lead writer left and everything. So I was still like, you know, I was like, yeah, whatever. Destiny 1 is still fun. It's a shit game, but it's, like, it wasn't a shit game in general. It wasn't a game you should be paying, like, the highest price for. But, like, I mean, but because the story wasn't there, really. And the lobbies were, like, kind of meh during the first year. once they completely improved it by year 3, but it's still kind of shit. But yeah, man, just actually that's how I enjoy DD dollars, because I was looking for Destiny videos about like reviews and stuff during the time that I didn't have it, and DD Dobbins popped up, and I was like, alright, cool. What's this guy have to say about it? And he was just like ripping a whole Destiny like crazy, and he got really popular. Like most of his fans came from that, I believe he says now, because I watched his Destiny 2 rant, and he as well has given up on the whole Destiny series. Like, again, Destiny 1 wasn't bad. It was fun to play. It just wasn't, it didn't require you to think, really. It was just, alright, let me go in the game and let me just blow some steam by killing all these thug enemies, and that's it. It's basically kind of like Call of Duty, you know, multiplayer, where you're just going in a game, or Overwatch really. You're just going in the game and you're attacking. That's it. Except Overwatch has game modes, and same thing with Call of Duty, and you're basically stuck in Destiny with like free for all. Like I said, it's like every other first-person shooter. The problem with that is that those are fun because you challenge yourself with other players. Like the multiplayers are like that. Not so much the story modes. Like Call of Duty has their story modes. They're not usually really. They're like these amazing movies. Like, oh my god, I pay good money to play the story modes, but they're decent. Not, you know, you could tell people put thought into it.
I suppose this must be Master Dennett.
Can she even climb up this thing? It was good.
And who are you then? Talk to my father if you have business here.
She's a mixed child. But yeah, so I dropped Destiny 2. I hate everything too. It's funny because I hate everything's videos, but I've never subscribed to him. But and I still not subscribed to him. But during watching, finishing DB Dobbins.
So you're the Inquisition, eh? Here you're trying to bring order back. It's high time someone did. Never thought it'd be a mule rider from the Carter, though. Name's Dennett.
Racist.
I served Arleman for 30 years as horsemaster. I hear your Inquisition is looking for mounts.
Is there a particular reason you're making me come here to ask you in person instead of just sending them?
As a matter of fact, yes. I can't just send 100 of the finest horses in Ferelden down the road like you send a letter. Every bandit between here and Haven would be on them like flies on crap. You'll have mounts once I know they won't end up as a cold winter's breakfast.
If you have a problem with me personally, I'd like to know about it.
What? This because I called you a mule rider? Maker. Any beast that can haul a wagon of lyrium through the mountains and not go mad is damned impressive. My wife Elena manages the farms and Bron's in charge of my guards. They'll tell you what they need. Until then, you deserve something better than whatever knock-kneed plow-neg they gave you. The chestnut over there is a purebred Ferelden forder. Take care of him.
But I can't climb it.
Good
I
to
should
see you,
be able to climb it.
Inquisition.
The refugees down at the crossroads could use your help.
Right now, any food I give those luckless bastards might as well go to the rebel mages or bandits.
Cool.
Talk to my man Bron. He'll tell you what those folks need to protect themselves. Once that's done, I'll give as I can. I've no problem with charity, long as it's not wasted.
Alright, so, like I was saying... What was I saying? Oh, shit. Forgot, Oh, well. Oh, right. I was going on this whole rant. But I was watching a David's video, and then I found on a recommended shit was popped up. I Hate Everything's review of it, and he basically said the same thing. And like everyone, like basically just like BB Dub, and just like I Hate Everything. I was also said basically most of the same stuff, except with like same things that like went along with my views on the game. It's stupid. Like my brother bought it. My older brother bought it. He shits on it all the time, but he ended up buying it because he said he didn't have any other game to play, and he wanted to buy Call of Duty World War II. And I was looking at him play it for a bit. I went to, the graphics are not terrible, but they're not as good as Destiny 1. Like the armor and like the way they made it all compact. Some of the ships look just stupid. Oh god, man, that game is the soundtrack is random. and I'm never gonna play it on my account, but I have played it on my brother's, like with my brother for a bit. It's it was basically Destiny 1.0, like, you know, it was like 2.0 essentially, or 0.5 actually. It just feels like an entire expansion pack, kind of like the Taken King. Hell, the Taken King should have been its own game instead of being an expansion. Like, could have been its own game, and Destiny 2 could be an expansion pack. That's how it feels like
Can
to
you
me.
tell me about the wilderness around here?
Got some old ruins in the forest, from long before any king of Ferelden. The lakes are pretty, though when the weather's odd, you hear tell of spirits. Beyond that, my daughter Sienna set up a track just over there. Fool girl likes to race the horses.
But yeah, you can just tell that Destiny 2 is gonna have a Vex DLC, because, like, the base game is... Actually, no, not really. They've covered up all the enemies. Because Destiny 1 has... The main game is basically fighting off the Vex. Like, the main story is killing off the Vex. And then you move on to DLC 1, which is against the Hive. DLC 2 is against the Wolves, the Fallen, basically. House of Wolves, their Fallen enemies completely. And then you go to Destiny... No, not Destiny 3. The Taken King DLC, which added in new enemies, and then made the Taken were the enemies in that game. Then came the next DLC, which was DLC 4 technically, and it was the Rise of the Iron, because they added in some new Fallen-looking guys. I think they are
You
Fallen.
said your wife
I think
Elena
about
is
the
in
DLC.
charge of the farms.
Yes, a lot of families work our land. They work for us and we take care of them. Elena knows the farms better than I do, knows what they need. I imagine not being killed by anything would be a start, though.
You said you were once Arl Amon's stable master?
Amon.
Master of the
Eamon.
mounts. Fereldans don't appreciate horses like they do in Orlais. But my horses, you take care of my people.
Farewell.
It's funny because I've heard it so many times via the, like, you know, in all different games, the last name Eamon, and I've heard the English with the English voice characters call him Eamon. How is it that the first time I heard the name from the American voice actor, they call him Eamon? What, did I get that? I didn't. What? That's stupid. Yep. Here's the wife. But first, let me just get...
I heard what my man said. If you want our horses, then we need our farmers back safe in their fields. Since the
Damn,
breach
she's
appeared,
old.
the wolves have gone mad. They come after our men like beasts with the water sickness. You deal with the wolves, and our farmers will be safe again.
Tell me about these wolves.
How are these wolves acting differently from normal?
Normal wolves go after livestock, but come at them with a torch and a blade and they run. These beasts, though, it's like darkspawn during the Blight, or when the dead rose to attack us. They're possessed, or something like it. I've lost too many men to the beasts. I won't endanger more.
Okay.
Farewell.
Good day to you.
I said good day. I have 5. Accident. Oh no, oh, I did. Wow. I can't open this without a deft hands thing, but let me do it anyway. Yep. Loot. The fuck is that noise?
That's what the skull helped you find? Right. Not ominous at all.
Right.
The Master doesn't want me handing those refugees weapons until they've got any hope of defending themselves. If you put up a few watchtowers, we'd all have more warning before the next attack.
You said you had a way to help the refugees.
I do. There are too many hills in these parts, good places for raiders and bandits to gather. I've marked good spots on the map. You set up watchtowers there, I'll talk to the Master and get your people weapons.
Farewell.
You know, I find it funny because, if this game didn't have elves and, or this world, not game, if this world didn't have elves, dwarves, and Canari, and any other, oh yeah, and the freaking, what are they called, they're a bear. Oh shit. If they didn't have like other races, then there'd be hella races in between the humans on their own. Like you know, basically like our world has like white, black, same thing to those. But this world will have it too. But instead of, you know, because there is no like racism between like the color of their skins in this game. Like most of them are just like, oh yeah, we're human, we're Ferelden, well there is, but like it's against country, not skin. And it's like, oh yeah, well I'm Ferelden, they're Orlesian, oh, like things like that. There's even like cities and things like that, but there's no like hatred towards like a skin color. There are the racism, like, you know, there's elves, Quinaris, things like that. Even mages get looked down upon.
We could make camp here.
There's still a ton of problem in this game of people being looked down, but it's not race, a color of skin wise. So that, you know, like, so Horse Master Dennett can become a horse master, just the same as any different colored people in this game. Velveteen, I don't have that, which I found pretty dope, and I didn't even realize this until now. I mean, hey, no one says anything about Horse Master Dennett having like a white wife or anything like that. Skirmish here. Before your target turns to face your blow, you move to stealth. It'll be invisible to find. Flank attack leaves targets of the blow still bleeding from the cuts you dagger find. Yeah, this makes more sense for her character. God damn it, not again. Oh, wait a minute. Is Daniel a dual wielder or does he use a bow? No, he uses a bow. Wow, 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 wow. But now that I found Horse Master Dennett, I still don't have a horse, but I can get a horse. Like I was saying. By going over here. She has to jump a lot for this. It's cool and all, but this is the horse I want. Time to switch out to Haven. I was gonna say the Skyhold, but I forgot. I haven't unlocked it yet. Alright, I'm back. Stables.
Come on, you've seen our mounts. Most of them should be pulling plows.
Didn't all grow up with fancy noble horses, Arnsberg. You're right,
And I know this probably breaks immersion for most of you guys, but like, I have it, so I should be able to do it. Good for you.
And, well, I thought I'd be more useful here.
Yeah. 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 taking out the nug because I'm awesome like that. Wait. I've already done this. Craft armor.
Another time.
Here we go, get rid of that. Confirm.
Right. You
Nah.
need some.
Where's Cassandra? No, Solus actually. Here we go. And now I can go to my character. Do I have more armor that I didn't know about? Sturdy adventure hat. Deflecting scout armor. Who has that? Eric doesn't. Jayden? Oh, okay. Now it makes sense. Scout mail. Meh.
Serve you well.
Deuces. And since I'm here at Skyhope, let me talk to some friends of mine. Cassandra. Okay. Oh, yeah, let's be honest.
I think you need practice dummies made of sturdier stuff.
That would be nice.
Like maybe iron.
Yeah, white
Did
eyes.
I do the right thing?
I didn't even realize.
What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool, and they may be right.
I didn't realize that I gave her silver eyes and red hair. And that's like, I guess, and even the hairstyle looks similar to Ruby's. What do you believe? What happens next?
What's going to happen now?
Now, we deal with the Chantry's panic over you before they do even more harm. Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can. After that, we find out who is responsible for this chaos, and we end them. And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them. I only pray the price is not too high.
It was foolish. You had to do it. Yeah.
Isn't it a bit late to worry about it now?
Yeah.
We have only just begun. My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
Can't say I'm not grateful to hear that.
I can be harsh, I know. I'm curious. Do you even believe in the Maker?
Fuck no. I'm a dwarf, remember?
You're asking a dwarf?
You're a surface dwarf. I've known some, like Varric, who... I suppose it doesn't matter now.
Who believe in the Maker?
I have to believe we were put on this path
I know
for a
that now.
reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
I guess, well, surface dwarf seem to be more atheist than
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
Andrastians.
What do you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
Make something up. Tell her. You don't know?
I thought you knew that.
I suppose I could ask Liliana. She has collected a frightening amount of information on you.
Terrifying.
But I don't want to ask her. I want to hear it from you.
I could make something up. I haven't done that yet. I haven't done this yet. But I must save that for another character.
Ostwick, primarily. Though my business took me around the free marches.
Ah, the Carter. Odd that organized crime could be a dwarven pastime, but there it is. Tell me, do you consider the free marches your home? Are you eager to go back?
I mean, your business. Someone's calling me. Fuck off. Good thing I put my phone on vibrate this time. I hated it. Nah, she's not that type of girl. Eventually, perhaps. That's wherever I am. So neither of these two. Maybe these two. This one seems too harsh. Perhaps.
Wherever I am is home enough for me.
That's how I feel now, after years of tending to business for the Divine.
Like I said, she's not like she's not super childish like fucking Daniel. She's more playful. Kinda like if I could give her Star-Lord from the movies, at least from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Like laugh to hide their pain type person. Let's talk about the transits and about the Seekers. Tell me about yourself.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
I'd like us to be close. It's just me finding you suspicious, aren't you?
You're a very suspicious person, you know that?
When it's warranted.
I can see why you have so many friends.
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pendergast, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne.
Cool.
I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lady.
You're Navarran royalty.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family?
The Pendergasts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pendergasts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
So you're not on good terms.
So, not on very good terms with your family then?
I do not visit, if that's what you mean. The Pendergasts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories.
Jesus
My brother
Christ.
was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
Oh, God damn. What happened to your brother?
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony.
So his name is
Another
Anthony.
time, perhaps.
So you were the right hand to the Divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
And so on and so on.
But what does a right hand do exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes
moves
a
up and
fist.
down.
Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the
that was
Grand
funny.
Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
Moves up and down.
You thought she could really change things?
Justinia knew the war was